everybody, and welcome to tonight's newest indoor adventure in the wild beyond the Witchlight, Part 29, The Rumbling. Today is September 18th, 2022, and you are loved. That is a very important thing that we like to remind each and every single one of our viewers and listeners at the beginning of each and every single one of these games. If this is your first time joining us, you can go to youtube.com/indooradventures to check up on all of the VODs of each of the games that we have played up until this point, or you can go towards anywhere audio casts are being made available for free. You can find us there under the same moniker. And speaking of things that are being made available for free, if you go to patreon.com/indooradventures, you can check up on our after show called Nights in the Courtyard, where we answer questions not only from each other, but also from the community. So if you have any questions for myself or any of these other fine folk, feel free to join us on that Patreon. The best way to ask us those questions, join us on our Discord. It's super easy. The link is right there in the Twitch chat to the side or in the description of this video or audio cast down below. Again, just pop on in. We're friendly folk and we'd love to see you there. But let's say you already support us on Patreon. You already support us on YouTube and Twitch and all of those other wonderful places, and you're trying to think to yourself, where can I go to help support this fantastic show even more? Guess what, Acorns? I got your back. Quite literally, in fact, because if you go to indooradventure.redbubble.com, we got t-shirts, we got posters, we got mugs, we got crop tops, throw pillows, shower curtains, aprons, clocks, stickers, journals. We got all sorts of things, as well as, including but not limited to, face masks with the symbol of Tiamat upon them, designed by our very own Cyberwolf1201, where all of the proceeds of our merch currently goes to help support Doctors Without Borders. So if you would like to help support a good cause or possibly help support the show, you can again go to indooradventure.redbubble.com. That is indooradventure, no S at the end, .redbubble.com. But that is it for my opening spiel. So hey, RJ, who you playing today?
Hello everybody, I'm RJ, and today I'm playing Vice, the Tiefling Rogue Warlock.
Hey y'all, I'm Sarah Roberts. I'll be playing Lowry Moon, the Hexblood Spore Druid.
Howdy, howdy, I'm Mediaflare, and I will be playing Balhadur Morthak, the Dragonborn Ranger.
Howdy everybody, I'm Wings, also known as Danae Keener. I'm going to be playing as Clout Impkin, the Tiefling Bard.
And I'm the Indoor Adventurer, he, him, and tonight I shall be your Dungeon Master. So, last we left off, your group had come up with a plan to face off against Creeping Lynn, the Bitter End, Endolin Moongrave. It was at that point that your plan came to fruition. You tried to knock on her door, a trap went off that forced you down on to the orrery below. However, that was enough to get her attention. You ended up luring her into a theater that you thought was empty, and it kind of was, but instead it was filled with 11 shadowy monsters, all trying to get at your bones. Thankfully, with the help of a Spectral Guardian spell, you were able to just put those shadows through the blender, take care of them, no problem. And likewise, were able to put a quick death to Endolin Moongrave. However, in the process, Lowry, for a period of time, you had dropped to 0. Balhadur, our big chunky dragonborn friend, had been assaulted by a series of spirits that had dropped them down to 0 strength, so they are currently unconscious. Clout, you and Vice ended up doing most of the damage to Endolin, but thankfully the two of you were able to deal the finishing blow. Now, the only issue that has arisen since the departure of Endolin Moongrave is, well, she was kind of keeping the castle and the majority of this portion of Prismere together. At this point where we had last left off, the two of you are conscious. Lowry is also conscious, I believe, or at least, or if not, is at a very, very low spot in terms of HP. And the world around you is beginning to shake and rumble in a way that you are familiar with, a way that is reminiscent of what had happened when you defeated Skabatha, a way that is reminiscent when you had defeated Bavlorna. You know what is to come, but you do not know how long you have in terms of time. So, what is it that the two of you, well, three of you and Balhadur would like to do? And I say three of you and Balhadur because, well, there's a 230-pound, fully armored Chongus laying at the bottom of a 10-foot pit. So
Literally cannot change that situation for the next 8 hours. All right.
Help! We're down here!
Shit.
I can't move Balhadur!
Vice goes into his bag, pulls out a potion of diminution, and tosses it to Clout.
What am I supposed to do with... Oh, okay. Yeah, hold on. Gonna hop down into the hole. We cannot get Balhadur back up, right?
that is correct. Until
And that's-
Balhadur
I
has
have been
any
healed, so I
strength
have hit points, but I am
Your strength is 0.
unable to come back with my strength until I have had a long rest.
Got it.
I believe
Okay.
so. Let me check.
I'm also pretty sure. No, lesser is for blinds and conditions. Greater is for ability score damage.
I can't get them up.
It is a short or long rest.
Can I wake them with a healing word?
You would not.
Someone
be
already
able
healed
to-
me.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that was probably me. All right. Potion of diminution down Balhador's gob.
Okay. Yep. Balhadur then shrinks to half their size.
And half their weight.
Yes.
Now I'm 150 pounds.
I'm going to lift them.
Okay. Like it's still like a reasonable lift, but you are able to do this. And as you are lifting Balhadur, Vice, you and Lowry, who are Vice, you especially at the top floor, kind of begin to hear a ruckus that seems to be making its way towards your general direction. It from your life and times in Waterdeep, this has the vibe of somebody wanting to speak to a manager.
Oh no.
Vice just like puts a hand out and is gonna scooch Lowry behind him. This does not look good.
We can try and get up to the tower.
Could, but it's still the world's under collapse. We need to think of a way to stabilize things.
And you can hear, still approaching in the distance, I don't care if she's upset. I'm going to speak with her. And you recognize that voice as Charmaine.
Here she comes. I could
I
try
really don't-
and...
I really can't do another fight.
Lowry looks rough. Listen, get working on the contract. Meet up with Clout and Balhadur. I'll scope out what's going on. I'll meet back up with you.
Fine, no more deals.
Okay.
Promise?
Promise.
Pinky promise.
Pinky. No, he doesn't do that. He actually holds up his actual hand and will try and finagle it left-right. Left-left.
The contract is sealed. Ha.
I don't like the way you said
A
that.
strange breeze blows through the hallway as you say this, Lowry.
You don't have to like it, doesn't make it not true. And she's
Beast.
gonna run off to Clout.
Stay safe, you gremlin.
Okay.
Clout's been spending this time like trying to safely get Balhadur out of the pit and then like climb out.
I'm not a gremlin, I'm a hag. I can eat after midnight.
Okay, and Lowry, as you are going to help Clout retrieve Balhadur from the pit, and Clout, you are again in the pit, kind of like lifting Bal up or like trying to like climb up this rope that has them on it.
You ever see those strongman competitions where like you have to like pick up a rock and then like put it somewhere above your head?
It takes
Do
a
you
little
wanna-
bit.
Do you want to hoist them out with some rope?
Doesn't
how deep
Balhadur
is
have a piece of rope around his waist from when Lowry
Their
was in the
waist,
pit?
yes.
Their waist, sorry.
How deep is the pit?
10 feet.
You could, like, basketball shoot them.
Kobe! Just toss Balhadur. So, Vice, as you are getting ready, you see a figure in the doorway, and you recognize this figure. They have what looks to be like almost like a purplish lightning bolt painted along the side of their face. Their hair is tied back. She is wearing this very regal, elegant, almost looks like what you would expect if there was the personification of a peacock, really ready to throw down at any point, and they have this wicked-looking staff about them. And Charmaine yells in, Endolin, please, what is happening? What is And then they seem to stop. When they do not see Endolin, they see instead Vice, Lowry, like lifting up a dragon man, a dragon person, a Durson, from this pit, and they look at your group.
Motherhorn's under new management.
And she, like, you see her eyes squint, and she gets ready to, like, the end of her staff, this kind of long, ornate jewel, rests at the top of her staff, and it begins to glow. And as it looks as if she is about to cast a spell, as a powerful wizard, as part of the League of Malevolence, you are only assuming what she is capable of. But you see a second figure, quietly, very quickly, sneak up behind her, and with one arm quickly wrap under one of Charmaine's arms so that the staff is not at a proper angle. Another arm comes up, and you see a blade sticking to Charmaine's throat. And from behind her, you see a wide-brimmed, darkened hat and a wide, wicked smile as you recognize Charm.
Oh, hello, lovely.
And Charmaine begins to, like, what is the meaning of this? And, like, you can see that she's getting ready, and Charm looks at you, Vice, and says, it's all going to collapse. There's only one person that you know of who's willing to take on what needs to be done. Do we have a deal?
I'm not the one you need convincing.
And then Charm tilts her head to then look past you at both Lowry and Clout.
Charm, what is your goal here in Motherhorn?
And Charmaine, you can see is like, every time she goes to attempt to use some magic, Charm like tightens the grip and puts the blade a little bit closer. And she says, I want the same thing that all of my people want. I want to see the sun.
Insight check.
Roll an insight check.
That is a 19.
Okay. There is definitely more than she is telling you at this, but you are beginning to see that in the library, past Charmaine and past Charm, that there are more Darklings that are filling the space. You can either have an ally, or you can have a friend or you can have an enemy amidst the rubble. But I guarantee you, if you have an enemy amidst the rubble, you'll be there as well. There is another deep rumbling, and you hear the sound of what's like a heavy piece of metal falling above you on the floor above. There seems to be a heavy piece of metal that has fallen.
Lowry, we need a contract to keep this place from collapsing so we can get out of here.
And Charm, again, tilts their head, looks at you, Lowry, and with a wide smile. Do we have a deal?
Lowry turns around, stands up with her shoulders squared. We have a deal on my terms. And she pulls out a contract that says that Charm is the caretaker of the power of the lands, but cannot use them to commit any act that is considered evil in Lowry's eyes.
She looks at you and laughs as you hear another large chunk of this tower break off and fall somewhere in the distance. And she says, too vague. Too vague.
Lowry takes a blue mushroom out of her pack. And she sets it down on the castle floor and asks it, I think I found my hut, if you like it too.
Lowry, roll a D100 for me.
I am physically sweating right now. That's a 10.
A 10?
Fuck you, D100.
There is a pulse.
Playing Call of Cthulhu, right?
All right. There is a pulse from the mushroom as you can see the tendrils beginning to sprout out, but they are moving slowly. It is not taking to this stone structure as quickly as it would something smaller, something more mobile.
Lowry amends the contract that Sarah's trying to think of the way to word this. Charm cannot do anything to hurt the residents in a way that would put their lives in jeopardy.
Okay. To that, she accepts. And as she does, you see her turn towards Charme and says, pity you are only visiting. And as she says this, you see what look to be about 4 shadows extend from the base of where she stands against the wall. And you see her shadow. You see what look to be the shadows of other darklings. And oddly enough, you see a shadow that looks very much like Vice. As with a quick jab upwards, you watch as Charm stabs into Charmai's soft underpalate as the shadows coalesce onto her. And Charme gets brought down as the shadows sap her strength while Charm stab, 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 stab until it doesn't move anymore.
There's like a swish of a cloak just over the entire scene. Vice is gonna try and block that with his jacket.
She, you see, then stands up and there's like fresh blood along the side of her face. And she walks over to you, Lowry. And she pulls out her own quill that you can see is this wonderful, elegant looking like bird's feather. But from the center hole, because hollow at the core of where the feathers would be, there is blood that is dripping from it. And she will sign the contract. And as she does, you can see that she pauses. Deep breath in. Again, Charmai's blood fresh on her. And as she does, it seems like the castle begins to calm itself and cease its rumbling. And Charm then stands straighter and taller and walks over to what remains of Charme. She grabs her arm and pulls it up.
They had a pipe.
And she looks at you and says, you may have whatever items or gear this pathetic excuse for a sorceress once carried, but there is one thing that I want. And she pulls up Charmai's arm, and you can see that there is what looks to be a large, almost gouge into her arm that is along skin level, and it looks very similar to the same styling of print that is underneath Clout's right eye. It is the symbol of the Chickenfoot Coven. Charm takes out her knife and removes that section of skin from Charmai. She tilts her head back, and her mouth opens much larger than you think that her mouth would be able to, as she just and eats the entire length. And as it does, you watch as she again takes her hat, sets it down onto the ground, takes her coat, sets it down next to the hat. She closes her eyes, and you watch her skin go from this pale, brittle blue to a faded gray that is the color of ash, and it looks like it ages almost instantly. But then it begins to become ill-fitting, and as it does, it slides off of a individual that was underneath the skin. As that skin sloughs off, you see that it is Charm. She has the same eyes, the same nose, the same smile, but she stands different. She stands with purpose, almost like this previous body that she once had is no longer fitting for the presence that she is going to be taking, as she adapts very quickly to the powers that she has been bestowed. And as she sloughs off this old skin, she slicks her hair back that is now long and lustrous, takes her hat, sets it on, cloak, clasps it again. And she says to all of you, as long as you are at Motherhorn, you are guests. You have given me a great gift, so hospitality would state that I have to return the favor. I know not of what this mushroom of yours is doing, nor do I care. This is not to be my home. And again, I appreciate you. Now, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, again, feel free to explore to your heart's content. You'll know where to find me. I do have my balloon, after all. In the meantime, enjoy your stay. And Charm, or the entity that once was Charm, will make a bow and turn and begins to walk amongst the darklings that had gathered here. But she seems entirely uninterested in Charmai or your party, so that's a plus.
Lowry's gonna check Charmai's pockets.
As you check the pockets, there's one thing that I forgot, which is as Charm is leaving, she will raise a finger and look towards the wall where there are a grouping of shadows, and you see her pull out a set of scissors, kind of spin it along her fingers and then clasp it, cuts one of them, and then points at Vice, and she says with a very authoritative tone, "Go home." And you see the shadow, its shoulders kind of slouch a little bit, the head nods, and Vice, you are reunited with your shadow. Feels weird, it's like if you have a hoodie that is yours. Like it's like your safety hoodie, and then somebody else wears it and then gives it back. Like it just doesn't fit the same. It's just slightly
Little
off.
stretched out.
Yeah, but like you don't really know how else to describe it because it's like it fits the same, but something's off. But yeah, so Lowry, you begin to grift through all of Charmai's things that she has on her. You find a eldritch staff, which is the staff that she was carrying. And then you also find a rather ornate-looking pipe. And the pipe itself is a nice wood. It has like little metal facets that have been put on it, but the head itself, where you would actually pack in and then breathe in the smoke from, is actually a small dragon's mouth.
Is this the same one Charmaine was seen using previously?
Yes, it was.
Vice will confirm it.
Lowry will take an extra shirt out of her bag, wrap it gently, and put it in her bag amongst her things.
Okay. Yeah, the mushroom is taking off, but the rest of you, Balhadur is at 0. The building has stopped crumbling. What would you like to do?
What in the nine hells did we just do?
Business. We have a twin to get out of a locked room.
All right.
You two want to take point in that. I can stay behind with Balhadur, make sure he's there, not... They're at least comfortable.
Okay.
Lowry will go with Clout.
All right. So go on up the stairs. There is once again a door, or what could have been a door at a point, but is now just a solid piece of stone that is blocking the pathway that you are currently looking at.
Clout's gonna start as low tech as possible. He's gonna kind of like stand in front of it for a second, sort of scratching his head, and then he's just gonna try and push it open.
Okay. Let me just check. Okay. It does not move.
All right.
What was the trick we were told to getting the door to open previously?
You need to get the jester staff.
You could jester staff. You could make it a mouth will appear, and if you use a thing to try and hold the mouth open, you could possibly sneak through it.
The magic's been dispelled on the door, so...
Clout's gonna try and ram the door open.
Okay. Roll a d20 for me. Add your strength.
Roll a d20 and add my strength.
Yeah.
What about my athletics?
Okay, yeah, I'd allow for that, yeah.
Oh, good.
Guidance on you. If it helps.
Guidance adds a d4, right?
Yeah.
Hold on, wait for my dice roller to chug.
Chug, 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 chug.
Ooh, looks like it's landing on a 4. Hell yeah. All right, it's a dirty 20.
Okay, dirty 20. Roll a d6 for me.
Could somebody else roll it so that my dice doesn't chug?
I got you. It's a 6.
Oh, good.
Clout, you take 6 points of bludgeoning damage as you throw yourself at a stone wall.
It's fine. I'm gonna try one more thing.
Okay.
Clout like says fuck, and casts thaumaturgy to sort of like rattle it a little bit
Okay.
as he does so.
Yeah, it sounds thick. It sounds like a very, very heavy door.
All right, Earth Tremor.
Okay.
I cast Earth Tremor on the door.
Okay, what does Earth Tremor do?
I cause a tremor in the ground within range. It's essentially the one that knocks people down.
Gotcha. Yeah, the door doesn't budge on this. Solid piece of stone.
Before bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
God damn. All right. I've tried everything that I know how to do. I got one more thing, but
Stand back. Lowry's gonna get in front of Clout, and she's gonna cast Thunder Wave at the door at 4th level.
Oh my god, okay.
I'll need a Constitution saving throw from the door.
Door fails. It is incapable of making saves on its own.
22.
It's instructed, isn't it, at disadvantage? Or is that Shatter? I think that's Shatter, sorry.
Yeah. 22. There is
Thunder
a
damage.
Okay, yeah. There's a sizable, like, there are some deep cracks in this.
Again at 2nd level.
Okay. Chunks of door have fallen off.
Excellent. That was another 9 thunder damage.
Yeah, looking in, you are guessing that you've put maybe like 2 feet of a dent into a solid chunk of stone.
Can we see in yet?
No. It's a solid piece of stone that was there before.
Last one, 1st level, 10 more points of thunder damage.
Okay. Just checking on this. Okay, so with 10 points of thunder damage, roll me another D100.
$28.
28? Okay. With a 28, you can see into the room, but you know that there is most likely at least 3 feet of stone that comprise the overall stone slab that could have been a door. You're making your own door with blackjack and hookers.
Lowry's gonna shout through the opening. Hello? Can anyone hear me?
What is all of the racket that's over there? Do you understand how difficult it's been to read?
Glister? Is that you?
You don't sound like... Are you one of the new... artists?
No, my name's Lowry Moon. I'm here to help.
Oh! Help how? Do you know what's been happening outside? Everything got a little shaky.
Engelin's dead?
I see. That's news. Is that why? Are you talking through a hole?
Yeah, we can't get it open. The magic on the door's been dispelled. We're
Who
working
did
on it.
that? It's a door. It needs that magic to be open. All you had to do was, like, tell the door a really boring anecdote, and it would have yawned, and you could have hopped through, or, like, told it a joke, and it would have laughed, and you could have hopped through.
I've heard enough.
Laura just has a very pained look on her face as she looks back at Cloud.
Clout's like got a similar look, and he's just gonna like tap her shoulder and like point like behind him.
Sometimes the goblins would forget what to do, and they would make her yawn and stick a halberd in the mouth of it, so that way they could more easily come and go.
Lowry moves out of the way.
Clout's gonna activate his tattoo and punch his way through this door.
Hell yeah, okay. Roll for Kool-Aid Man, let's go.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So the tattoo lasts for a minute? Question mark?
I believe so.
It's one of them instant tats.
Yeah. Hold on. Attunement, magical strikes. Yeah, 1 minute. So for 10 rounds, I'm gonna be able to do extra big punchies. So would you like me to just roll my damage 10 times?
You don't even have to roll damage. It will take the full 10, but there is just boom, 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 and like you hear just a oh my! What is? Are you punching your way through stone? That just seems very... And then, bah! Like the final punch of Kool-Aid. You got, like, your tattoos glowing through the dust. You're covered in just, like, bits of rock from punching through solid stone. But there is just, like, a clout-shaped doorway that has been made from a wall.
Oh, yeah!
Yeah,
you sounded different through the hole.
No, that wasn't me. Hi, you're Glister, right?
Yes, and you are?
Hi.
Oh, hello.
Lowry's just poking through the torso of the cloud-shaped hole.
And Clout and Lowry, as you get in, you see that there is an elf. Her face partially hidden under a sun mask is curled up on a divan reading a book while sipping wine from a thin crystal goblet. Other items in the cell include a crystal decanter of wine and a bowl of figs on a small table, a gold embroidered wall tapestry depicting a wooded elven realm, and a porcelain chamber pot decorated with gold filigree.
Doing fine.
Can I offer you a fig? They're rather delicious. I've heard that Endelyn imported these all the way from thither.
No thanks. I don't want a fig.
Oh.
Is there like are they just like in a room, or is there like a cage or anything?
They are in a small, quote-unquote, prison cell that is most likely larger than Clout or Vice's rooms growing up on the streets of Waterdeep. It is roughly about 15 by 15 square feet. Or I guess it would just be... Would it be 15 square feet? It's a sizable room for it being a prison cell. And there is a large, like, kind of a foyer standing area about it. But she is the only prisoner, it would appear.
It's a pretty fancy prison.
Oh, yes. Well, I was told that I was a guest, but I couldn't stay with the other guests. Endelyn's afraid, or I guess was afraid. You recently... encountered her deposal, I guess. Is that what we're calling it? Anyways, when she died, were you there? I'm assuming you were there. You're new here. Did you make sure that there was like a sun and moon present so that way she... Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, yep. Good. Yeah, okay, awesome. That was actually why I was here. And then...
Mm-hmm. Yep, we know. Pretty much everybody since we got here has been telling us to do that. So
there's a reason she was terrible, but like honestly, pretty good at finding decent figs.
So Gleam sent us?
Oh, how is she? It feels like it's been years since we last spoke. Miss her.
She misses you too. And now you're free, so
my baby sister. Oh, well, free. If you wouldn't mind helping with these bars, in an older time, I might have been better with the lock. But as you see, I am yes. As you see, I am an acrobat and incapable of doing these sorts of things.
Yeah, sure. I don't know. You see a key around here somewhere, Lowry?
Can I roll investigation to look for a key?
Yeah, sure. There you do also see that there are stone levers that are on the walls that you can just crank and the doors will open.
I'll crank a lever because I rolled a 10, so if there's a key, I'm not gonna see it.
Okay. Yeah, so Lowry, you go to crank down one of the levers and it gets stuck about halfway. And you come to the realization that a lot of things in this place require electricity. that was harnessed by lightning rods that are no longer in swing.
She's just dangling from the rod that's been pulled halfway down, trying to use her body weight to get it down.
Uh-huh. Yeah, no, we don't, the place doesn't have power anymore. Let me just, Clout's gonna, like, try and crank the bars open.
Yeah, make another strength check. Or
Okay.
athletics.
26.
26. Like, they aren't metal. Like, these were stone, and you just snap, like, just bust them open. And Glister just, oh my! Like, you're so strong, so handsome.
Thanks, I'm one of those things. Come on out, I guess.
Yeah, and she'll say just a moment. She goes over, and you see her take her decanter, and, like, her robe has a rather large pocket that she just puts the decanter of wine into, and slams the rest of the goblet that she was drinking, sets it down, grabs her bowl of figs, and is just, like, steadily, like, snacking on them while following you. Like, she's fine. She's having a great day.
I can't get the image of the depression robe from Our Flag Means Death out of my head.
It's very similar. She wears
How long
fine
did you
things
say-
well.
How long did you say you were in here?
Oh, at this point, a couple years, honestly. You know, there
Wow.
are certain things that have been given to me. I was able to read books, which is nice. Every once in a while, Endalyn, if, you know, the performers put on a really good show, she would say, hey, do you want to watch the show together? You still have to be in you know, cuffs and things, but honestly, I think she was just looking for a more talented, historical, successful thespian to sort of help direct. And then, you know, she would just put me back here. She would refresh the fruit, ask if I needed anything. I would say, yes, my freedom. And she would say, haha, nice one, very funny. And then she would give me more figs and lock me in. But, like, honestly, like, it wasn't bad.
Pretty cushy job.
Yes. No, well,
If you're
I
a
mean,
hamster,
most of it, she did say that I had to behave, otherwise she would kill my sister in a very morbid fashion in front of me. And so I figured, you know, like, in order to keep my sister safe, I had to play along. And she, like, undoes the top of the decanter, takes a little sippy of wine, pops it back down, and, like, puts it into the depression robe.
Right. Play
Yeah,
along.
that's pretty awful.
No, it was terrible. Horrible, really. I mean, not horrible, but, like, it was dreadful. Definitely dreadful.
She's dead now.
That's wild to me. But
I'm Clout.
oh, Glister. It's very nice to meet you.
Again, Larry Moon. Oh,
And lovely to meet you as well. My heroes.
So,
Do you know where my
There's-
sister is?
in theory, yeah, well, let's go find her.
Okay, yeah. I'll tag along. This is fine. At least until the wine runs out. Chill. It's like just kind of like, dude, I'm eating figs. Like, just having a good time. At one point, she pulls out, like, a block of cheese and just, like, puts it back into a pocket.
Clout will
Meanwhile,
lead them out.
Yeah, meanwhile, on the stage floor, Vice, you are watching over Balhadur.
Depression, robe of many things.
Okay, that's something
Anyway.
I need, though. That would be incredible.
Just like a little pocket. This is where I keep all the good stuff.
Oh, my snacks.
I think when Lowry and Clout leave, Vice waits a few minutes, gets up from where he was sitting, and walks over to Balhadur. There's like dark shadows under his eyes, and the camera pans back to see a hand reaching down for Balhadur's throat. And then it turns into two fingers that press along his neck, just checking for a pulse.
Question to media. Is Balhadur a honk shoe or a snirk me?
Balhadur would very likely have sleep apnea snores. So, like,
Oh, Vice like just folds up his jacket, places it like on the small of his back, their back, so that they can get like a little bit more of a pillow situation.
Yeah.
Hope that calms down the sleep apnea. He'll walk to the end of the corridor and sink back down, raising a hand to his mouth and presses mimics pressing a button. A status update for you. We are on the cusp of the Palace of Hot's Desire. Expect another missive soon when the job is done.
And there is it's like an immediate feeling of acid reflux that you get, but you receive that generally when the message has been received.
Yeah. Vice
Okay.
cracks a pipe and then just...
Yeah, and Vice, in this aisle, in this hallway, is Balhadur, the desiccated body of Charme, the skin of Charm.
You know what? Just to make it a little roomier, he kind of pushes the skin of Charm into the hole with Endolin, griffs the rest of Charme,
Okay.
and then just unceremoniously plops her in the hole.
Okay. Then, let me see here. And then as you are looking into the hole, kind of like looking at kind of like grifting Charme, grifting Endolin, kind of just like taking the best of both worlds on this, you actually find that the reason why Endolin was able to move in the way that she was that the base of where her dress was, well, it did have that sort of like skittering auto movement style look to it. There was actually what looks like a strange mechanical bird that's like built into the bottom, and it was wide enough for her legs to stand on. And it looks like whatever it was that she was standing on is able to actually be able to move on its own. Make a investigation check for me, or a history check.
Oh, history will be a lot better. Dirty 20.
Okay, with a dirty 20 on your history check from your time in Waterdeep at the Temple of Inspired Hands. You had kind of seen designs and things similar to what this is, and you would recognize this as a device known as an ornithopter, specifically an ornithopter of flying.
He's gonna take some time and separate that from the rest of the body.
Okay. Sounds good. And in doing so, let me just check here real quick. Yes, so you know that this 8-foot long, 14-foot wingspan item that weighs 25 pounds, if you were to ride atop it, you would be able to fly.
Nice. And it looks like if the ornithopter loses its rider while airborne and can't fly again for 1d6 plus 4 days. Okay. Yeah. Oh. Specifically, is Moongrave more construct than hag at this point?
She looks like there is a fine line between hag and construct, and she was riding it pretty close. However, there is to say something is a hag because of the like body parts that it has almost feels like diminutive to what hags are capable of being. The essence of what Endolin was what made her a hag, not her body or her creature or her features. It was who she was at the core.
Vice blinks, the gold in his eyes intensifying, and he runs a hand, just like not on her body, over her body, and there are like these coalition of threads along it, and he scoops it up, and he's just gonna eat into it.
Okay.
He heals.
Good boy. Okay. And we'll say that Clout and Lowry up at the jail. You're getting done. You're on your way back down. Vice, you've had these moments as well. And we'll say that that's about the end of how long it would take for there to be a short rest. So you all gain the benefits of a short rest. Balhadur, you also gain the benefits of a short rest, which put your strength back above the 0 threshold.
All right. Oops. That's not.
I imagine there's a ruckus up top where Balhadur is like growing back.
Oh,
Wait,
yeah.
how long does that last?
I think it's an hour.
An hour or 10 minutes? Because enlarge is like a 10-minute thing.
Enlarge reduce. It's enlarge reduce for 1d4 hours.
Oh my god. Okay.
I should. I'll
Yeah, roll
should
that
roll.
d4. Yeah.
How big am I?
Hey Simon, remember when you were rolling for strength damage?
Yeah.
4 hours.
Okay, so
Of
Bal.
small
Okay.
Hadur.
Oh, Fender Cardman Rendon. What's going on?
Balhadur. Vice is climbing out of the pit.
Why is everything so loud?
You were unconscious for a while, my friend. And he will offer a hand down to Balhadur, which is way bigger.
Ah, I see. Very interesting.
How are you feeling?
Vice. Balhadur is only half weight and size. He's still like over 150 in full armor. Even.
Still gonna hold his hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, just to help him out.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. I thought that you were like, I'll put him on my hand like a
No,
small
he's
man. I was like,
offering,
your
he's
arm will
offering a
break,
hand
dog.
down to Balhadur to pick him up. pick him up.
Okay.
Thank you, but you do not need to hold my buttocks.
What?
But
Nice to know.
no, it was a reference towards being small and sitting in your hand. What did you just ask me before that?
How are you feeling?
Feel like I had the strength sucked out of me recently.
Yeah, shadows tend to do that. Good news being, I've got mine back.
Oh, that's good. Did we fail at the mission?
Vice will point down to the hole.
Yeah, there.
Ah, excellent.
Yeah, there's bodies in there. None that you recognize as ally.
Now, I suppose the next serious question would be, who did we put in place?
A darkling by the name of Charm.
Oh, yeah, I was just gonna bring that up actually.
The person that took your shadow in the first place?
I offered my shadow as collateral, so they would not be involved in our fight with Enderlin.
The same person that is also a member of the League of Calamitous Intent, correct?
No, that's Charmaine. She's dealt with.
I thought it was backwards. Who rended the flesh from their arm?
That would be Charm. I don't know the specific reason, but she did have a mark of Zabilna on her.
They were a member of the Court of Delight, then. An ally.
Vice,
Hmm.
you remember overhearing that Charmaine had said that she, as a warlock, got her power from Baba Yaga.
From Baba Yaga.
Yeah.
No. Charmaine's power came from a step higher. Baba Yaga. So, more or less, Chickenfoot Coven.
Ah, that's the grandparent of Moon, correct?
Yeah, if I recall correctly.
I think I remember that being mentioned at some point. Where are the rest of us?
They are off getting Glister from the jail cell. I offered to stay back and make sure no one messed with you.
I appreciate that.
And it's around this time, I would say, that Lowry and Clout with Glister.
I had one more thing. With
Yeah, they are on, like, they are, like, bottom floor about to get to there.
A question for you, Balhador. If you had to choose between your family and your friends, because someone is threatening you with both, who would you choose?
Was someone threatening you?
Hypothetically. It's a hypothetical question. Kill the time.
I always find when I talk to my younglings and the hatchlings that usually hypothetical questions are referring to some sort of concern you actually have. If I could perhaps understand better.
Just answer the question if you can.
So someone is threatening you to hurt your family and friends, but you must choose. That is the hypothetical?
That is the hypothetical, yes.
Why do you not eliminate the threat then?
Far, far above me. Many greater men have tried and gone mad.
Do you fear that should you put your life on the line in disobedience, that there would be some consequence for those that survive beyond you?
Yes.
So it is not the loss or having to choose, but the fear of consequences and revenge. Should you try and deny making this Sophia's choice?
I fear that hypothetically, I fear that if I were to disobey, I get taken out and, well, whatever they have planned happens anyway. If I obey, it gives them more time.
Vice, have you ever heard of a catch-22?
Yes, I'm very aware of catch-22s.
And can you tell me the difference between a friend and a family member? Because I don't think there is one. I think they're threatening to hurt your loved ones regardless. And they're just trying to make you feel guilt from losing some of them should you fail. I don't have the right answer for making the choice. But rebellion is always the best option when faced against tyrants.
Bahadur hasn't been around long enough for this, but there is a genuine smile on Vice's face.
How long am I to be small?
Well, if it lasts more than 4, we'd have to go get Clout to disable magic on you.
We will seek medical help at that point, then. Oh, look! Our companions have arrived.
Yeah, and
I also want to do a thing on our way back.
yeah, for sure.
It's a very long staircase.
It is. Yeah, no, for
It's
sure.
long enough for a short rest. On our on our way down the staircase, I'm gonna go, "Hey, Whisper."
Oh yeah, that's right.
I got a question for you, buddy.
Nod, nod.
Or 3.
Why did Endlin recognize you?
And you see Whisper just like head goes forward, and if they could whistle, they would as they just keep going.
Hey, you didn't answer my question.
And they zip off.
I don't think he's ever done that before.
Maybe he'll tell you eventually when he's ready.
But we're best buds. We tell each other everything. Why doesn't he want to tell me? Did I do something? Oh
Doubt
God,
it.
I did something.
You didn't do anything, Clout.
Well, then why doesn't he want to tell me?
Not everyone wants to tell everyone their stuff, even their best friends sometimes. Doesn't mean he's not your best friend.
Clout is disquieted.
Can I have a hand? These stairs are a lot harder than they were the first time.
Yeah. You want uppies or?
Yes, but don't tell Vice.
Okay. Bride will carry you down the stairs.
Okay.
Can Lowry and Cloud have a short rest at some point?
Yeah. No, again, like there was
Okay,
time
cool.
for a short rest
Okay, we
for
got
everybody.
it.
Yeah.
Cool. Excellent. My strength is no longer a -3.
Okay.
And you get your wild shapes back.
Do I? Do I get those on a...
Yeah.
Short
Drew's
rest.
getting
Oh, yeah,
on
that is short rest. Okay. Gosh, I play 2 druids. You'd think I'd know this by now.
Yeah,
It's
but
fine.
like
Combat effective again.
hard.
Barely. Barely combat effective.
Yeah, so you all get to the bottom of the staircase, pass your way through a library that is very vacant at this point.
Before Lowry and Cloud get back, Vice just like turns. Hey, is it okay if I introduce you as Smallhadur?
Well, you'd be lying to them, because that is not our family name.
Right. I'm sorry. It keeps tripping me up that your family name
What
is
about
Vice.
Balhadur, Smallhadur?
That works.
There we go. Carry on, then.
Okay. Yeah, and then
Oh, how about Balhadur Smallfack?
I think this is going to work.
Thumbs up.
Lowry, you and Clout turn the corner, and there is Vice and Smallhooder.
Put me down, put me down, put me down, put me down, put me down.
Like I imagine like her hands are just like all
Yeah, there's like slap fighting each other as they turn the corner. And
It's
then
like when a cat doesn't want to be held. It's just
Yeah.
like back arch.
what that's exactly what it is.
Ugh.
Just trying not to throw her.
and Vice behind them stands an elven woman wearing a sun mask that has this long robe on, and you see that she takes a decanter of wine from the pocket of her robe, takes a little sippy, caps it, pops it back in, bowl of figs, and just like
Those figs.
walks forward. Yes, would you like one?
Oh yes, please. I haven't had a fig in so long.
I'm
Glister.
Glister.
Yes.
Nice to meet you. And your name?
Vice. Pleasure to meet you too.
Oh, well, here is a fig as well as a little nugget of wisdom for you. And she leans in and says, they didn't want you to know, but the strong one, Fireman, carried the other down the stairs.
Balhadur has seen the genuine smile, and then there's the malicious smile.
Just something, you know. I'm not trying to be a pot stirrer. I'm not a bad person. I'm not a pot stirrer, but like they didn't want you to know.
Thank you for this
Delicious figs,
gift.
aren't they?
This delicious fig. It feels like I've been gifted a boon from royalty.
Yes, they are rather decadent. And you, what's your name? She just like moves past, just like a tour de force of just disruption winding her way through this hall. Gets to you, Balhadur, and just, hello, my name's Glister, and who might you be?
Leans over and looks over at Vice.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is our dear friend Balhadur Smallfack.
I represent the small folk dragons of the north.
Jesus, their voice.
And Glister gives you a very like one hand onto her chest, the other extended. Or actually, she would like give you like a curtsy in her robe and says, Balhadur Smalthak, it is a pleasure to meet you. Would you care for a fig? She hands.
I can't digest most hard fruits like that anymore.
Oh, okay. I do apologize. Would you like a snifter of wine?
You don't need to mind me. I believe we've heard your name before in this party.
Yes, Glister. You, from what your friends, Lowry and Clout were saying, you accompanied my sister for some time. My younger
Is this
sister.
room lit in any way?
I would say that there are some torches in the hall.
Okay. Do they have a shadow?
Yes, they do.
Okay, good for them.
All right, then. Is there anything else that we needed to do inside here, or find anyone, or collect anything? Otherwise, I think that makes 3, right?
Yeah, we got the pipe, we got the Glister, we took out Endlin.
Unicorn
Oh, wait.
horn.
Unicorn.
Also,
Oh.
has anybody seen
Also.
Whisper?
Thought they
Did
were
we
with
see
you.
them come down the
Yeah,
stairs?
Whisper was like hanging out with Vice and Bal. And like when you say, has anyone seen Whisper? Whisper just sort of like, again, like doing like the whistle while you work walk, just like like from behind Vice.
Lowry's gonna lean down and tap the mushroom. This might be a little big for you to move if you want me to find something else. Sorry.
A friend of yours?
And you see that
Technically.
that the like fibers begin to recede back into it.
There's just a breath of relief that comes from Lowry. Won't do it again. Sorry.
Interesting.
Vice has the ornithopter with the wings closed, just like
Big ass kayak or surfboard size.
like surfboards, like carrying it by the tether. Well, we should get out of here, right?
We should find the unicorn horn.
We should. I keep fucking forgetting. It's in Endlin's room.
Hopefully there's an entire unicorn attached to it.
No, it got masked.
By any chance, did the door stay open while we ran? I did not check.
I guess we'll
What-
find out.
We
We'll
were
find
counting
out.
on the Archfey to unmask people.
Well, with the crew that they roll with, name-wise, I don't think that we're going to get a lot of assistance from them.
Maybe we can take it back to Will.
We'll see. Come on, let's go.
And Glister's just following along. Just drinking and eating figs as she goes.
Be a very long walk back to Will.
Will was one of the people that replaced the other hags, right? Or the other former owners, former burgermeisters.
Yeah, but we're gonna need to take all of the masks to Will's domain. I don't think he can do anything here.
We also don't have a guide to get there, and I don't really feel like making a deal to get us there. You catch my drift?
I'm sorry, where are you going?
Have you seen a unicorn in this place? A living one, not a prop.
I did not. I heard that several days ago that there was a special guest that Endlin had, and then well, they were seen in a show being worn by one of the actors, so that was interesting. No, I haven't seen a unicorn. You said something about a guide. Are you trying to get anywhere? Go anywhere? I mean, obviously back to the material plane and all of that, but like...
Well, to get our plan off the ground, we need the unicorn not masked. So our best bet is going back to Tither.
Thither?
Tither.
Or we see if the unicorn mask has some power to it.
True.
That is possible. Or if
Sibilna
we
might
can find a way to at least undo one mask.
Sibilna might be able to return the unicorn to its true form once she's free.
And we need
We have to get to the Palace of Paradise first.
Mm-hmm.
Heart's Desire.
Whatever.
We should be able to reach the palace from this domain, I believe, right?
I think so.
If
Well,
we don't need a guide to get there.
I've
Maybe
heard
we should
that.
look into making an easier way to get up all these stairs.
Well, if it helps, Glister says from the back. That that she does know that there is a way to navigate out of this place. She's heard. Just looking for right one. Well, she didn't travel there frequently. Whoever this pile of skin and bones was, and she motions towards like the clump of Charme that is still on the ground in the hallway, had made mention of some giant cranes that she was going to rely on to speak with a league of who's or what's it. I'm not really sure. I was about 3 decanters in at the time. However, she said something about ringing a bell and birds would show up and take them somewhere. If that'll help.
All right. So we look for a bell? Have we seen a bell anywhere in here?
You have
As we've
not.
explored?
Nope. But you are more than welcome to explore the entirety of Motherhorn.
We can start with the top and work our way down.
And like Glister looks into the hole and just, ooh, gross. Is that just skin down there?
Among other things.
Icky.
All right, to tower level 2.
Okay. So on tower level 2, that is all the way to the top. You know that there is Endelin's room, which you remember that the door was inaccessible to a degree the first time that you had come by. The door is closed once again. However, bringing, we would say that you would just need like Endelin's hand to touch the door, and the door will open for you, allowing you into said room.
What a cliche!
Now, once inside this room, you see, as you enter, that there are scores of wooden marionettes that hang from the ceiling of this oddly shaped room, the floor of which is strewn with old play scripts. Near the entrance are 2 alcoves, one containing a bare table and the other holding a wooden chest with tiny clawed feet. Deeper in the room, you see a wicker basket surrounded by miniature toy birds. Scores of hourglasses are fixed to the walls. Whenever the sand of an hourglass runs out, the mechanism that attaches the hourglass to the wall causes it to flip over. The steady hiss of all those falling grains of sand can be heard throughout the room. And you see that there is a large glass-doored wardrobe with a jade eye embedded into in its cornice, the top part of it. That stands at the far side of the room in a wide alcove.
The mask, the mask, the mask.
Right? I suppose we start flipping mattresses and dumping out drawers.
Lowry goes straight for that wardrobe.
Okay. Sounds good.
Pop that chest open near the door.
Yeah, and as you are all walking in, the marionettes begin to shake and yell intruders. But you know it's falling on empty ears at this point. And Glister is more just like, ew, and like poking them.
If you're actual people, we're here to turn you back. If you're just here to scare us, well, Good luck.
Yeah, it does not seem that they have any response to that. All right, so Lowry, looking into the wardrobe, you can see that inside of the wardrobe that there are, like, as you open it, make an investigation check. Or perception, whichever one's higher.
Investigation and perception are the same, and the dice love me tonight with that 7.
Okay. So yeah, looking around, you can see that there is a, on the interior wall of this wardrobe, there is a mirror in an oval wooden frame that looks very similar to the mirror that was in Babylorna's cottage. Likewise, you see that there are like scuffs and indents on the floor that look like there was like a constant in and out movement from this spot.
Do I see anyone moving around in the mirror? Do
You
I
do
see
not.
the Witchlight Carnival? Okay.
Yeah, for this mirror in the Witchlight Carnival, I would say that you just see what looks like your own reflection looking back. But like looking at the edges of it, it looks like there is a mirror stacked on top of this mirror. Last time you had seen the Witchlight Carnival, they were in the process of a teardown.
I'd like to poke the mirror.
It is a solid mirror. Your finger meets with the reflection.
What's wrong?
I found another one of those weird mirrors. The carnival might be packed up, though.
Vice will walk over and inspect the mirror with her.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. Well, I guess we have some time before they they start up again. This might be an okay place to visit if going home via the Zabilna route doesn't quite shake out.
Okay. Sounds good. So that was the wardrobe. And then, of course, you see that there is that wicker basket, as well as a treasure chest that was in one of the alcoves, the small wooden chest. So what is the rest of the party doing?
Balhador was looking at that chest in the alcove.
Okay, sounds good. It looks like it is locked. And the chest looks like it weighs roughly around 25 pounds.
Okay. Was the chest made out of wood?
Let me check. Yep, a wooden chest with tiny clawed feet.
Okay. Is the lock built into the chest, or is it like a padlock?
It is built into the chest, onto the front clasp. It looks like a very simple lock, though.
Okay, I'm gonna face my mouth like this over the surface and just breathe necrotic energy over the wood.
And Glister, just disgusting, eats a fig.
It's what we all become at the end of time. Oh no, I'm still small. All right, so that is 11 necrotic damage to the lid of the chest.
Okay. Yep, so the lid of the chest, you see just like rots away and turns to dust from the necrotic energy. And Balhador, looking inside, you can see that there is a black sack that looks like it has some stuff inside of it. You see that there are what look to be 8 bottles of some sort of liquid. You also see that there is a shriveled hand of an elf wearing a magnificent-looking ring that is clutching a rolled up sheets of paper. And you also see that there is a mask that looks like a horse's face that has a large singular point protruding from its forehead. And Balhador, as you look and investigate inside of this chest and make the realization that, oh shit, that's the thing that we're looking for, that is where we are going to go onto our break for the evening. We're going to try and be back in 5 to 10 minutes. Don't go no place unless it's to grab a food, grab a drink, grab a friend, or possibly go to indooradventure.redbubble.com. Pick yourself up something nice, and we'll see you guys shortly. All right, everybody. See you soon. And hello, everybody.
What's up, gamers?
Oh, shit. How's it going?
How's it going?
Am I gamers?
I'm RJ. You're gamers, and you know what that means? You should go vote for our favorite cosplayer streamer of the year, who is playing Miss Lowry Moon right now on the Game Her Awards.
Oh my god, like, I want to do that. I want to go to there. I am gamers. How do I vote for this?
I will pull up a link and post it in chat.
Please do. I'm illiterate, and I need the hyperlink.
Well, speaking of hyperlinks, our dear friend Sarah Roberts has been nominated for 3 categories in the Game Her Awards. Count them 3. Charity Streamer of the Year, Twitch Channel of the Year, and Cosplayer of the Year.
I can see that right now.
I can see that right now.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't do it now, you should make a note. And what better way to make a note through Rook and the Raven?
Oh my god!
Camo.
Okay, so did you know that if you go to shop.therookandtheraven.com, they have fully customizable journals. They have like different covers that they do on a seasonal basis. They got all sorts of stuff that you can be writing in. They got modular pages. There's even pages for the spell cards for D&D. All sorts of things. It's absolutely wild, and you can get that all from shop.therookandtheraven.com. Now, I had mentioned earlier that I am illiterate, and I am bad with clicking on links, but did you know that there's an actual link to shop.therookandtheraven.com with the code HypeGoblin that will save you that 15% already in the description of this video or audio cast? With this feature, it's never been easier, and that's a catchphrase that we made up for our own services and definitely wasn't lifted from anywhere else or any other pre-existing ad campaigns. Now, if you do use the code HypeGoblin, again, 15% off the entire site. They don't care if you're just picking up paper. They don't care if you're getting an entire journal, a pen, fancy stuff. All of it is actually encompassed with the code HypeGoblin. So use that at checkout for 15% off. And again, that is shop.therookandtheraven.com.
I'm so glad I pay you all to do this every single week. Thank you.
You guys are getting paid?
You guys are getting paid? Simon and I do all the legwork.
Oh, shit!
God damn it.
Man! Yeah, so with that, we posted the links in the Twitch chat as well. Go vote on the gamehers.awardplatform.com. It's super easy. You can actually look it up by if you type in either Sarah Roberts or HypeGoblin into their search feature. Find her, vote, please. I mean, you can vote for other people as well, but I don't know them, so like, why do I want them to win? It's very simple logic here.
Go vote for Ellie Collins.
Yes. That is a name that I have been told to vote for just now, and I'll do it if it doesn't conflict with voting for you.
I don't think it does, no. Thank you, both of you, for being awesome. I appreciate you.
No, you.
We appreciate you. You want to know what else we appreciate? Y'all searching around in this here castle in Motherhorn. You just vomited on a box and found out it's got a bunch of goodies on the inside. Including,
so
but not
just to double
limited to.
check, you said a black sack. Is the rest of the stuff in the sack, or is it a black sack, comma,
Black
8
sack,
bottles of
comma,
liquid? Okay.
8 bottles of liquid, comma, the shriveled elven hand wearing a very fancy looking ring that seems to be clutching some papers, as well as this here unicorn mask.
All right. I will scoop up the items and put them out on the outside of the chest for visibility, and hold up the mask to everyone. And well, it seems we found the mask right away.
What's that in your hand? Or rather, elf hand?
There seems to be a severed hand here with a ring on it. There are these bottles of liquid I have yet to actually take the time to look at. And then there is a sack which I have not opened because I have learned that sometimes things are mimics.
You know what?
And
That's fair.
Glister reaches their hand into it, pulls up one of the bottles, and says, "I'll take this." And it looks just like a fine elven vintage. It looks like wine.
Oh.
Faisal, if Balhadur allows, take the hand and try and get the scroll out.
Yeah. And as you look at this ring, it looks like it has 3 small mirrored plates on it that have galaxies that are embedded into the plates themselves. And looking at the parchment, you can read. Can you read Elven?
I can read any language.
Oh, right, cool. So you are able to see in a spidery elven script The Agonies of Alagarthus, a 3-act tragedy by Endelyn Moongrave. And that's like on the first page. And then you go to the second page and there's nothing. You go to the third page and there's nothing. Vice,
She had writer's block.
Vice, it definitely looks like somebody who was like, I know exactly how this play will go. I just have to write it.
So I get to the end and she has the ending written but doesn't have anything in between.
Nope, she just has the title. That's it. That's all she's got.
There's a big "the" on the page.
Mm-hmm. However, it is noticed, again, that this ring looks very fancy. Albeit a bit magical, even.
Oh, what are the odds? What are the odds? Anyone have detect magic?
I can't cast it again until tomorrow. Or today, if I take a very, very, very long nap.
Well, I'll hang on to this until then.
Okay.
Unceremoniously tosses the hand back into the trunk.
Yep, just...
I'll grab that hand and put it in the bucket. Well then, now that we have the masks, should we continue searching the rest of the place or move on with the next phase?
We could still go to Charmai's room, look for that bell.
Mm-hmm. I think we should do a thorough search of this whole place for supplies.
Very well then.
Do you want me to open that sack?
We can wait for that until you have the ability to identify and detect magics.
All right, fair enough.
Gather everything into a neat little 5-cube pile.
Okay. Yep, so checking around the rest of this room, the only thing that you would figure of note in here is that each of the hourglasses, there are exactly 100 hourglasses within this room that are sort of leading to the cacophonous sound of grains of sand going from one side to the other. And you would guess that each of these hourglasses is worth roughly around 25 gold pieces.
That's a lot of gold.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any indication what these timepieces are for?
Why would you need 100 hourglasses?
Are they taking all simultaneously, or are they all set at different times?
They're set at
one of those
different times.
international clock walls.
Yeah, it's kind of like an international clock wall. It just seems like as a member of the Hourglass Coven, she just liked their namesake a lot.
They enjoy the theming.
An enthusiast.
You also see that with the small wicker basket that is near this back wall, that there look like there are small toys that are inside of this thing. There are 3 tiny stuffed birds. There are 3 tiny wind-up clockwork birds. And it looks like this is a cat bed.
Oh yeah, she did have a cat.
Did she?
Did we see it at any point?
Yeah, was it Bavlorna's? No, Scabatha's. No.
Ah, before my time then.
Maybe we'll
Yeah.
see it again.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's in Hither. Who knows where it is now?
Lowry's gonna pick up 3 of the cat toys, stick
Okay.
them in her bag just in case.
Sure.
My guess is it's hanging out with Alessandra.
Yeah, maybe. It's probably better off there anyway. She wouldn't let a creature go hungry.
Okay.
Everyone turns to Lowry.
What?
Made a noise.
Did I?
Uh-huh.
It's fine. Where to next?
Blister, do you have any idea where Charmaine might have been rooming? Are there any guest rooms around here?
There are guest rooms. There's the guest room that's one floor down. Charmaine, I believe. It's very hard to say. She sometimes slept in there. Other times she didn't want to sleep in there. She wanted to sleep somewhere else that was nicer. But there wasn't any place that was nicer other than, well, prison cells, and she didn't want to be in the prison cells. She was one of those kinds of people.
Well, it's in a different room than the prison cells.
Well, there's that, typically, that is where, Trinket, Bauble, and Charm, stay, when they come to visit, as they are wont to do every once in a while. But when they weren't here, then Charmaine was able to claim it as her own for the most part, yes.
So it is one of the cells, then?
No, not one of the cells. I was, for the most part, the only person in there, which made it actually rather nice. But they offered Charmaine one of the cells, and she took it negatively, to say the least.
I suppose then I am just confused, and you can show us to this other bedroom on the floor below.
And will, yes. So let us go down the stairs, if you'll follow me. Watch your hands and legs. And then you get down to tower level 1. And she goes into the main room where the orrery is, and you can see where you had, like, necrotic breath weaponed parts of it. There's, like, a big metal piece that's just, like, embedded into the stonework below that had seemed to have fallen previously. And she takes you to the southernmost hallway at tower level 1 that goes a diagonal down in a southwestern direction. Vice, you would remember that this is where you had spoken to Charm previously. Glister will say, this is the primary guest room. There is other guest quarters, but that was mostly for, like, actors and performers, and Charmaine considered herself better than all of them because she was a director and not an actor. One of those kinds of stipulations. But yeah, she takes you to the room. And yeah, looking inside, there are no Darklings. There is no Charmaine, and you see that there is just, like, some stuff set up. Like, it looks like somebody, like, some people were living here. Like, there's, like, bedrolls and that sort of thing, but...
All right, back to searching, I suppose.
Bell the bell.
Okay. Sounds good. So then there was the prison. Then there was an audience chamber on the same row, on the same level. And not Charmaine. Glister will kind of explain that this is where Endalyn would do almost like a slam poetry open mic night style session, but it was really just her reading the tragedies that she had foreseen from the orrery to all of the people that she forced to listen to her slam poetry.
Which room is that?
That would be
M18?
M18. That is the northernmost.
And then M16 is this bonus bedroom
Yes.
that we're at?
Yep.
Okay.
And then M15s, because there are two M15s being the rooms to the side. You can see those are theater boxes that would actually extend down to look into the primary theater where shows would be made. Shows would be being played and all of that. So, That is all that you are able to see on tower level 2. Or tower level 1. And Glister asks if you need help looking around for anything else.
So we didn't find anything in any of those rooms?
No,
Okay.
sadly not.
Have we checked M17 back down that hallway?
And 17 is the prison.
The two
Oh,
of
that's
you
the
were in
prison,
there
okay.
in one cell at least.
Okay.
Maybe there's something in one of the books downstairs. I can take some time and look around if you all want to continue searching up here.
Unless there's a hidden room we haven't seen, I think we've searched out the top 2 floors.
Mm-hmm. We could try stage level. There were a lot of rooms there.
Did
Lots
you
of
check
storage.
the balconies?
We did not on tower level 2.
Oh, M20 and 21?
Yes.
Can y'all remind me what the bell is?
It summons some cranes to take you to the Palace of Heart's Desire.
Oh. When did we find that out?
Before the break.
Yeah.
Working on my listening skills. All right.
Well,
now M20 and 21, that's where what's their name? The trio, that's where their balloon is at?
Nope, that
Oh,
was
that's,
M16.
Oh, okay. My brain thought we had already been there before. Then okay, I'll go back up and peek at those places.
Sounds good. So M20, M21, M21. Yes?
I'm gonna call for Whisper. Hey, buddy. Can you help us look for this bell?
Nods. Asks where you want to send them.
Just start systematically checking every room that you can.
Whisper nods. Shoots off.
Hey, wait, Whisper, come back. Did I do something? Like, what why don't you talk to me, man?
And Whisper, like, looks at you. And there's like, if Whisper could look at the camera as best as Whisper could, they would then look back at you. And there's just like a slight droop to them. They are sad.
You know you can tell me anything, right? Like, when have I ever gotten mad at you?
And Whisper shakes back and forth in a no.
I mean, if it's really that important, you don't have to tell me, but...
Whisper, as you're saying this, just pops forward and, like, brushes against your cheek. And then pops back.
All right, buddy. You can keep your secrets.
And then...
Just so long as I know we're cool.
And Whisper nods, yes.
All right.
And then away.
Get out of here, you scamp. I'm coming for you in Nights in the Courtyard.
who the hell is drawing Trogdor on the jam board?
The Burninator?
The Burninator, burninating the lands.
I'm not in this scene.
Okay, so let us see here. So getting onto the lower platform, you can see that this castle turret has a 40-foot high balcony overlooking Motherhorn's amphitheater. And then there would be a wooden ornithopter here, but you had already found it. That has a round bird's head with beady eyes and a metal beak and leathery wings that you have folded against its chassis. Likewise, at M20, looking in, as you all are kind of like poking in and around it, you see that there are bottles filled with crackling lightning that line wooden bookcases along the walls of this chamber. An open archway leads to a stone balcony that overlooks the amphitheater 40 feet below. On the opposite side of the room from the arch is a large wooden desk, atop which a stack of parchment flutters under a stone paperweight shaped like a toad. Scattered on the desk are ink pots and ink-stained quills. Dangling from a rafter near the desk is a rusty cage that holds 3 folded paper birds flitting about like moths.
You said there was a paperweight of a frog?
Yes, that looks
Oh,
like
that's
a
adorable.
toad.
I would like to pick up that paperweight and all of those papers because I have heard Vice ask for parchment multiple times in
Okay.
the 3 days I've known them.
Okay, sounds good.
And then you said there was another one of those glider doohickeys in 21?
There was only the one. You had already
Oh, okay,
found
so
it. Yeah,
there's-
she had
so there's
been
nothing over
riding
there.
it when you had initially, when you combated her.
This isn't real.
Okay. And then there are still the paper birds inside of their cage. And of course, the bottle lightning, the desk. And the desk.
Wait, say, who's in a cage?
There are 3 paper birds inside of a cage, and they are just flitting around. And it looks like they do have, like, writing on them.
Oh, they already do?
Yes.
Okay. I would like to slowly try and open the cage and get my hand in, not let the birds fly out,
Okay.
and grasp onto one of them.
Make a dexterity check for me. Dexterity sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand. All right. Uh, 17.
17. Okay, yeah, you are able to grab one. Roll a d6 for me.
All right. D6. 3.
A 3. Okay. So, the note that you find is, Dearest Scab, Mummy's little warlock spy was happy to betray her companions and reveal that Kelek, Zargash, and the others are conspiring to betray us. But fear not, their plots will not succeed. Even now, an outside force promises to rid us of the whole stinking lot. What's important is that the cauldron remains safe. Let me know how you wish to proceed. Your beloved sister, End.
That didn't go out as they planned. I will pick up the cage with B, and like continuously try and grab at and read these things. What else did you say was in this room?
So then there was the desk. That was inside of the room, a large wooden desk atop all of the parchments and stacks and everything like that you had already
Any
addressed.
drawers in the desk or anything?
From what you are able to see, let me check.
Flip the desk over.
Yeah, it does not look like there is anything inside of the desk. As far that isn't just like there are blank black books that you know are the same relative shape and size as the other like Endelin's Book of Tragedies, volume like 36. Like it's all just for the writing.
Awesome. If they're blank books, I'm going to take a couple of those too.
Yeah.
All right. So parchments, Froggo, Bird's Nest, and some books. I feel like I did some good looting.
Okay. Yeah, make a perception check for me as you're continuing to loot around.
Okay.
Everyone
18.
okay.
An 18, okay. So as you are looking around and you are going to grab at papers and pages, you actually see that there is a like sprinkling of dust that seems to fall from the roof. And when you look up to see where the dust has come from, you see that the room's 10-foot high ceiling is made of loose wooden boards that are laid across rafters.
I'm gonna climb up there.
Okay. Yeah, make an athletics check to climb.
Oh, where are you going?
Are you on? Did you come up to tower 2 or tower level 2 with me?
I am following whoever's still searching.
Okay, because I know someone went downstairs.
Yeah, I'll say I went up with you. Guidance.
Okay.
You said athletics.
Athletics to climb.
Athletics plus a D4. Blep. Total of 16.
Okay, so 16, you are able to get up there and start fucking with the boards, and the boards are loose laid across this rafter. And having popped open one of the boards, you can see what looks to be a 50-pound silver bell attached to a 25-foot-long rope that hangs down above this. It seems as if this belfry was actually sequestered.
I'm 2'2". I think I found the bell as well. It's a bit heavier than I expected it to be, though.
Oh, is it operational?
Whap it.
It makes a like the sound of a small Hydra fist bamping on the bell. It does ring, and you see that there is like the pendulum on the inside that is like able to be rung.
Okay.
And
I will make sure that the pendulum doesn't touch the edges at all.
Yeah, and
while I'm
Balhadar,
hacking with it.
as you're looking at it, you speak Elvish, correct? Or just Sylvan?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So in Elvish, you see that there is a verse that is engraved onto the bell, and it says, "Toll the bell within this spire to journey to your heart's desire."
All right. Should we get a ladder or something so we don't have to climb up here?
I can look for one.
Right, I'm coming back down for now.
Oh, okay. Be careful.
Okay. Meanwhile, on the stage floor, Vice, you had been wanting to look in the books to see about any mention of a tower, that sort of thing. So let's have you roll an investigate check for me.
Different tower.
18.
So an 18. Let me check here. Okay. Sounds good. So you end up. Yeah. How long would you say that you spend perusing these books?
As long as it takes.
Okay.
If someone comes down to get him, he'll leave. But
yeah. We'll say that you spend about an hour looking through these. And through that, you find the following 3 verses that pertain to Endolin, Igwilv, and the Hourglass Coven. You find, "All I've wrought shall come undone when the moon blots out the sun."
yeah, we know that already.
Yeah, that one's useless. You know that information. Second verse. "The sweet treachery we 3 have wrought. Would Igwil forgive us? Ha! I think not." And then the third verse that you find is, "Time was our ally, standing beside us, giving us that which Mummy denied us. But now I feel its hands turn cold, and I see its second sight unfold. The hourglass broken, the sisters 3, meeting our hellish destiny. Bav and Scab will never know that time has always been our foe."
Ain't it the truth?
And those are the verses that you were able to find. And as you are looking, you do find that there is a scrap of paper that has been placed along the topmost part of one of these bookshelves. And in Elvish, it reads, "Every morn when Scabatha rises, the one first seen by her waking eyes is swiftly forgotten like some fleeting swain, and shan't be remembered till she sleeps again." Yeah, and it looks like this is just talking about Scabbath's weakness.
I have a question.
Hopefully an answer. What's up?
So this place is the collection of all the misery the Ori has produced.
All of the potential tragedies, yes.
Vice goes looking for his,
Okay.
if there's one there.
Yeah, make another investigation check.
Wait, can I add my knack on top of this? Because I want this to work. I think it's whenever I fail. I apologize. That's when I fell. 19.
19? Yeah, looking around, you don't... From your searches, you don't find anything that pertains to you as you're continuing to look around.
Would that be considered a fail? Could I apply my side-bolstered knack to increase my odds?
Is Cybolster knack for a skill challenge, a check, or an ability? Like, what
when
is...
your non-psionic training fails you, your psionic powers can help. If you fail an ability check.
Okay.
Using a skill or tool with which you have proficiency.
Are you proficient in investigation?
No. So, no.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right.
Yeah, so, and then Clout, you had sent Whisper off to try and find a bell. Where were you going? Glister is following you around.
I think that Clout is just systematically, like, checking every room.
Okay.
Bell.
Goblin pops up. What?
Ah!
No.
Oddly enough, another creature that is most arguably not a goblin, but goblinoid, does approach you. That being, of course, your good companion, the bugbear, Hurley. And Hurley, you can see, has like a very like excited look on his face. And seeing you, he says, I don't know what happened, but look at him. Look at this little fucking guy. And he like motions to the wall, and you can see that there is a shadow there.
Did you get your shadow back?
Yeah. No, it appeared like right before all things went to shit for like 5-10 minutes. Like, it showed up, and I was like, oh, awesome. You know, like, my buddy's back, my shadow. And then things started rumbling and breaking and falling apart, and then, I don't know. Apparently, that lady Charm is in charge now.
Yeah, under new management.
Yeah, but she... I don't know, it was weird. Like, she got all that... like, she said that she was under new management, but she was looking for, like a stage director. She said that she didn't know much about the art. She offered me a job to be stage director, and like I had to sign a contract for it. I'm gonna be real with you here. I didn't read most of it.
Cool. Are you is she giving everyone their shadows back?
I mean, Charm never had my shadow. That was Endelin's thing.
Right. Okay.
Is she like handing shadows out? Like, I don't want to necessarily. I think that might be a little weird, but you know, like if she's just handing them out, maybe it's like, you know, two's better than, I don't know. I don't know these things. There's a lot of paperwork I got to get through, and again, I am not the best at reading. That was Burley's thing.
Well, you know what? Good on you. Good job getting your dream job, right?
I thought I would, you know, I worked really hard for this. I put in the hours. I put in the man hours. The bugbear hours, the time. Yeah.
You sure did, bud.
Yeah. You know, I don't even need to go to the Witchlight at all. I'll have my own act, my own thing, and I can look at Mr. Witch and Mr. Light and be like, there, you see, you didn't appreciate my talents while you had them. And they'll be like, Hurley, we're sorry. And then maybe they won't offer me, even if they did offer me a job, I wouldn't take it. Nope.
You and me both, buddy.
Yeah. You guys are weird. To be fair, I am most of a horse's ass at this point, and he is wearing like coveralls that go up to his shoulder, and they're like fishing waders, but you can see that the lower half is horse.
Mm-hmm. You need a head?
I mean, like, Charm's not interested in plays necessarily, so we have some time to actually rehearse and get this thing hashed out. I don't need a horse's head immediately, but if you find one, make sure that they know how to act.
Got you covered, bud. Keep my eye out.
Thanks, kid.
Hey, yeah, congrats again. I'll see you around.
And Hurley nods and seems enthused by this.
Good for him.
Yeah,
Hope we didn't fuck him over.
He will actually, in his thanks, he will hand you a wand, and it is a fully charged wand of web.
Wow.
Whips.
That could be useful. Depending on what I'm up to. But clearly we're not going to fight anything more now. We don't need to fight anything. We're done fighting.
Say it just a few more times. I'm sure it'll be true.
We're
In
done
fact,
fighting
like,
now.
stand outside and say, like, well, at least it can't get any worse. Also,
What
I
could
need
possibly
y'all
go
to
wrong?
stop because Lowry nearly died the last fight.
So did Bal. It's fine.
Sure am glad everything turned out okay. Woo-wee.
Okay.
Now it's just a quick run to the victory circle.
Oh
Speaking
look,
of
they're
victory
giving you the
circle.
red flag.
Speaking of Victory Circle, I want to say that Balhadur has been transporting the bag and bottles and anything else loot-wise that we've been collecting, and I'm going to put it all in the room with the bell in it.
Yeah. So, if you were looking at the bottles of lightning, there are roughly 30 bottles on the shelf.
Nice. Do I have the knowledge and wherewithal to understand how bottled lightning works?
Make an insight check or an arcana check.
Okay, let's see which one is least worst. All right. I got a 13.
13. Okay. Yeah, with bottled lightning, the lightning wants to get out. So if you broke the bottle, the lightning would get out, and that would be fine. It's not going to be. It doesn't have the same properties as a lightning, as like a lightning bolt. It's just like a very basic shock, but it's still lightning in a bottle. And I would say that with your history, your experiences, there are some Fae who swear by this as as something like almost akin to like a cup of coffee or an espresso. That there are some Fae who actually will quaff the bottles of lightning to gain like a little bit of 5-hour energy in a way.
Are they also yeetable as grenades?
Yes,
by
they
any
are.
chance?
Yeah. No,
Awesome.
if you break the bottle,
multi-purpose.
Yep.
Bottled energy or bomb.
You know that some Fae are capable of drinking, of doing the 5-hour
Is
energy.
my anatomy okay to drink the 5-hour energy shot?
It would not. You would be putting lightning directly into your mouth.
Okay. So they're mostly bombs.
So they're mostly bombs. Yeah, it's mostly bombs.
How many of those?
30. 30.
Wow. We are ready to siege a castle.
And you would know that if you were to hurl a bottle at a specific target in range, you would make a ranged attack against the target. On a hit, they take 2d6 lightning damage.
Okay. So we have 7 bottles of wine, shriveled hand.
The black bag. And it sounds like there's like metal clanking on the inside of the bag as you're like moving stuff around.
All right. And I'll wait for the lower deckers.
Okay. Sounds good. Yeah. Vice, as you are looking around, there is a moment where you go down into where the stage is, and Whisper meets you, and Whisper says, "There's something very strange happening." And Clout, as Whisper sort of like shifts to look out at the direction of the stage, you can see that the reason why you haven't encountered any Darklings since the arrival, or since Endelin's departure, is that they have all kind of gathered at this stage, and they are all looking towards past the exit, towards where there is the balcony that extends out into the space like that hangs over the sort of cliffside, and they are all looking with a strange curiosity that borders on reverence.
Am I worried about this? Are we worried about this?
And Whisper looks at you like, are we worried about this?
Clout's gonna quietly watch for a little bit.
Okay, make a stealth check.
Oh boy. I don't have any friends. 12.
A 12? Okay. So, you're not all that quiet, and you're kind of like shuffling through this crowd of Darklings, and you are arguably taller. Not a Darkling. But they don't seem to really pay you any mind. It's not that they are feeling angry about you being there or have any ill intent. They just sort of seem like, hey, watch where you're going, or hey, down in front. Like you're a tall guy at a concert that just walked in being like, I want to get to the front row. Like, it happens. But as you get out to actually see this balcony area, you see Charm. And Charm says that she is going to do what no Darkling has done before. And the crowd watches, and she turns, and you see her raise her hands up, and in the sky, the clouds begin to part, and you can see what looks like the sun hanging in the sky above, and she reaches up, and from where you're sitting, you can see that her hand perfectly fits around where the sun is, and she makes a grabbing motion, flourishes her hand, and the sun is gone from the sky, and there is just this glowing orb in her palm. And she turns and looks at the rest of the Darklings, and they are all standing bright-eyed and wide, and like you saw her with the strip of flesh with Baba Yaga's symbol, her mouth and jaw unhinge as she devours the sun.
I think that his hand just like goes up to his face to like cover his symbol, and he's gonna like crouch and get out of there.
And you see that like the Darklings are like, there is like as you're leaving, they're all just like, oh my god, like waiting for something to happen. And Charm just like puts her hands down at the side as sun begins to come from her palms.
Mm-hmm.
And then she closes her hand, and this like the light disappears, and she looks at her palm, looks at the rest of the Darklings, and shows that there is no damage that has been done to her skin from the sunlight. Something that is very uncharacteristic for a Darkling.
Mm-hmm. Good for them. Everybody's dreams are coming true.
Yep. So that's been fun.
Yeah. I get out of there.
Okay. Sounds good. And it's around that time that Balhadir and Lowry, you'd be making your way back down to tower level 1 and or stage level where you knew the rest of your party to be. Vice and Vice, you and Glister. Glister would have I think I'd said she would have followed you at this point. She's just been drinking wine. She slammed her decanter, filling it up with more expensive wine now. She's just having a day.
Vice is just pulling random books and flipping through them and just turns to Glister, Bal, and Lowry just here. So, Clout decided to punch through the door after making a hole.
Yes. Well, the hole was arguably very small, and unless he was like a mouse, or some sort of other small creature, a spider even, would have been able to fit in. Honestly, though, I don't know why. Like the door, just would have activated for like a number of reasons. Like you could have waited until the face showed up, taken a large feather duster,
the door itself
and like gone
was...
under the nose until it was like achoo, and then you could have hopped in at the part, but that would have risked the chew.
Glister. The door was made defunct.
Yes, I know. I don't know why. It was a door. Were you afraid of the door? Did the door do something to you? Did it say, I'll kill your family and steal your sister's shadow?
Vice looks at her. There is like a serious face. Don't joke about that.
I'm not. This is just how I sound when I'm 2 bottles deep.
No, I'm just wondering why they didn't use the stuff to get in.
No, like there was the staff. Is your friend funny?
No, I mean... Hello.
Oh, Miss Moon, here to help.
No, the Eldritch staff lets you teleport.
Does it?
You mean the staff that we haven't taken a long enough break for me to know tune to? Yes. It does allow you to teleport.
Interesting.
Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's everybody. No. Where's the muscle?
Oh no, it's fine. My strength, my strength has returned to me.
Good. Was the blockhead?
And that is when Clout, you were like walking very briskly away from whatever the fuck was happening out on the balcony.
Hey guys, please tell me that you just found the. Did somebody find the bell?
Yes, we have. It's up in one of the towers, in the highest level.
Can we get out of here like soonish? Pronto.
What's
ASAP.
wrong?
I just watched Charm eat the sun.
Oh, that's not good.
No, that is not.
Metaphorically or literally?
How many bottles in are you?
None.
You're the only one in the bottles.
Oh, well, maybe some of you should learn to party.
I'm good.
You know what? I can party when I'm not on the same plane as the person who wants to eat my face.
She wants to eat your face?
I don't know, maybe.
And you said they ate the sun. But again, was that a metaphor or...
Can Vice peek his head out and then look up?
I mean, it just looks like heavy cloud cover. It's dark. Noticeably dark.
I don't see the sun, so I'll take your word for it. Let's Amscray.
So are you going to bring me to my sister, or am I just sort of following with you all?
I'm gonna look outside. Is there any like storm or anything?
There does not look to be a storm, no.
Clout's gonna pull out the Folklucan Bandor, twang a string, and then poke Gleam or Glister.
Oh.
You can fly now. She's that direction.
We left her in the tunnel.
We're not in any danger. We're guests here, and we are going to be treated as such, and you cannot send the drunk circus performer to go find
Artist. Circus
Sorry.
artist.
Circus
It's not like
artist.
it's not like she's riding a horse or driving a cart, all right?
We have the... I need a long rest. We don't know what we're going into. We don't know who we're going to encounter. I have no way to back any of you up other than turning into a horse or a bear.
Those are both
Alright.
pretty useful things. If you turned into a bear, like, you could dance.
Nothing from you, please. Thank you.
My hope
can
was
we-
going to be once we were done searching, we could fortify and rest up in the high tower before we make our next move.
All right. Here's what we're gonna do. You guys can rest wherever you want. I made a promise to take Glister back to her sister. So, Glister and I are gonna go the back way, down into the basement. We're gonna go and find Gleam.
We'll go with you. It's fine. If you're more comfortable resting over in the caves, we can do that. But we go together.
Yeah, that works for me.
I'm
Come on,
a little
Glister.
drunky. Oh no, Vice grabbed onto her foot and is like just pulling her along.
You know, this honestly beats having a palanquin. And she just sort of like relaxes long ways and is just drinking while being balloon carried around. Squad goals. Okay. So you make your way back down into the understage and into the Briganock tunnels. Easy enough. And exiting this place is, again, rather easy. You had staked out exits, entrances, all of those sorts of things. It does take you, again, the better part of a couple of hours to actually make your way through these tunnels to get to Keg the Pony, where you know that Obud is currently residing. And when you arrive, you see that Obud is, like, again, brushing Keg's mane, but it looks like that your little companion, Break-a-Leg, has decided to hang around and be friends with Obud and Keg. And they are just sort of like talking. They're talking shop. It seems like Obud, at one point in his life, had thought about doing some form of stand-up comedy, but never really could like find the act for it. And Briganock humor is very Briganock-centric. It doesn't really carry as well. So Break-a-Leg has been trying to workshop it with them. But yeah, you make it back. Make it, you can go across the cavern, this chasm that has where the Flame Skulls once resided. They are still there, but they recognize you all and don't really, they're still chuckling about Updog. So they are allowing themselves to let you pass. You do so, you end up reuniting with Molliver, and Crew and Glister, who is very drunk at this point in time, having allowed herself to be carried. She lands, and you see that in the corner of this cavern area is Gleam, and Gleam rushes forward, gives her sister a big hug, and starts sobbing, saying that she thought that she was never going to see her again and that she's so happy that she's safe. And Glister is a little too drunk to process all of this emotionally. And it's just one of those like, there, it's fine. Everything's fine. And Gleam, like, are you drunk right now? Why aren't you? And like, they seem to like be getting into a little bit of a spat. Like maybe Glister's alcoholism has been an issue for the sisters before. And for the most part, Gleam is just like, just go sit over there. It's not how you get charismatic. It's not the courage you think it is. And then we'll make her way over to your group. And Balhadur, by this time, you would have regrown. I would say the 4 hours had passed, keeping you small. And Gleam will just rush over, and she will give Clout a very large hug. Just with a very quick thank you, and then she'll pull back. And as she does, she gives you a brief kiss on the cheek, like right near where the Zabilna mark is just a quick peck, and then she like doubles back, and like you can see that her face is very flushed. Like, oh God, was this the thing I was supposed to do? It felt right at the moment. I don't know. And like there is that internal dialogue, and then she hears Glister make a noise, and that seems to like set her back a little bit, and she just says, "Thank you for finding my sister. And also," and she motions downward, and you can see that she is casting a shadow currently. She says, "I don't know what you did. I don't know how you did it, but thank you."
Can Vice walk past Clout as this is happening, and just Clout hears under his breath, "Shana na 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 my oh my, looks like the boy's too shy. Go on and kiss the girl."
Just gonna shoot him a glare. As Gleam like recoils, like, "Oh God, was that okay?" Like Clout's gonna give her kind of a sheepish smile. A sheepish smile?
Sheepish smile.
Clout's been drinking. No, a sheepish smile, and he's gonna say, "Do I only get one?"
And she will like, you see that there's like the smile that's on her face, and then she is lurched forward towards you as Glister just like full hand in the back, like, "Do it!" Like,
There is a knuckle like raised Glister's way.
and she just like, woo, like slams more wine, fist bumps you, as Gleam will give you a full smooch.
Aw.
And Molliver then, like, watching all of this happen. So everything's good, I take it?
Yes.
For the most part, yes.
Good. That's...
No, but at least the immediate problem was addressed.
Well, what do you mean, no? And Glister, "Some bitch ate the sun." And Molliver, like, eyebrows raise, looks over at Glister and Gleam. "You're drunk right now. Please stop."
No, some bitch did actually eat the sun.
Thus, we're going to have a bit of an ecological issue coming up shortly. Also, we'll change the power dynamics between our war, between us and Koname. So, there'll be some things we'll have to address once the adventure is complete.
Hopefully that's only a temporary setback once she loses her temporary power. So we'll see.
We shall see.
Is it temporary?
We're going to have to.
Oh, it's temporary with all
later.
3 hags. Absolutely. Well, not Archfey, not hags.
When we free Isabella, the contract states that all power goes back to her.
Mm-hmm.
Did you not read?
I
the
don't
fine print?
remember hearing that for Charm's contract. Was that said?
It's in all of the contracts, yeah. The
Can't trust
stipulations
blanket
on Charm
statements
were
when it
in
comes to-
the stipulations on Charm were in addition to the standard contract that Lowry has written the other 3 or the other 2.
That'll save us some time on civil wars later.
Hopefully.
Yes. In the meantime, though, the Hourglass Coven is no more. And we have most of the means, just not the methods, to return Isabella back to the rightful rule.
You wouldn't happen to know anyone with a strong affinity for clerical magic, would you?
Are you asking Molliver?
Yes.
Yeah, Molliver will say... Let me just check.
No.
Well, Strongheart has those kinds of things. If you find him, he'd be able to do that. Ringleroon, super powerful guy. He'd probably be able to help you out. Mercion, also. Well, they're
What
not
do you need?
so much. I mean, they are clerical, but they're more of like...
Administrative?
Yes, I would say. Yes, closer to that.
What do we need a cleric for?
Turn back our unicorn friend.
See, we have to do something with this. I haven't put it on yet to find out whether or not it still has any powers or anything, but our friend and companion that we need to free is currently in this form.
Oh, shit.
We could test it on some of the other masks later when we go back.
True. Are any of these Strongheart, Ringrel Room, or Mercian inside this domain?
This
Or rather,
domain, no.
This tri-area of the domain.
No. Last
That
I
is a bit of a
checked, they were
difficulty for
all
us.
at the palace. Oh, no, they're all at the palace, now that I think about it.
Oh, well,
Lovely.
then we shall see them later.
Oh, well, that's good. Yes, if you
The-
see them, last I checked, they were, they were there. They said that they were going to be there, and I said, that's great, I'm going to go check on the Brigannox. And they were like, cool, we'll see you in a bit. Have fun in your cave, weirdo. And I was like, that's really rude. And now look. Now look who has free range of motion. Me.
Right. Well,
Sure, they're still missing you.
Oh, obviously. I mean, I'm a true delight at parties. And then you hear, did someone say party? You are declining very quickly. Please lay down. And Glister yells something about someone needing to make her lie down. That she's being very ostensible about this, and so Molliver sort of shrugs, whistles, and Glister like makes a very concerned look, and you just see like several Brigannox just like scurry in, just make like the like construction Animal Crossing noises as they just circle her super quick, and then she is Gulliver's Traveled, like onto the ground, unable to access her wine bottle. And Molliver shrugs.
Put her in the brig until she's sober.
Yes, do we have a brig? And
You
one of the
don't tell me
Brigannox
about.
like shakes their head no. How fast can we get a brig? Like 30 minutes? And he's like, okay, make a brig. Yeah, go. Okay, well, we'll have a brig soon that we can put. Don't sober up for 30 minutes or else this will be a really big waste of time. Anywho, congrats on unaliving one of the hags. 3 for 3 for your group. It's great. Good job. Good news. What?
And we're overdue for a good rest.
Well, my cave is your cave. Well, it's the Brigannox cave, and we're all just very happy to sleep here, but...
Just go take the spot that we took last time.
Or if you want to find yourself a separate cave, if you need private cave time, you're more than welcome to have that as well. But yes, you all know the layout by now, the cave.
Well, we
You
appreciate
all-
your hospitality.
Of course, yes.
thank you. For the time being, if you need me, I'll be outside.
All right. I don't think I'll need you anytime soon, but...
You have to do something.
Oh, well, smoking inside a cave isn't really feasible, considering the smoke has nowhere to go.
I'll join you.
As you wish.
Okay. So Vice and Balhader are going on a smoke break. Lowry, you are there with a very drunk Glister, a very embarrassed Gleam, and Clout, who just got a smooch.
Lowry's gonna go find a more private part of the cave and attune to that staff.
Okay.
She wants nothing to do with the drunk sister.
It's
Okay.
not my sib.
And Clout, what would you like to do?
Clout's gonna Clout's gonna have a conversation with Gleam.
Okay. Yeah. Gleam will be more than happy to have the conversation. She wants Glister in eye shot, but she knows that Glister also can't go anywhere. And Glister at this point is like, the brig, is that rich performers prison? I just came from there. Give me my figs back. And like, she's just being like, she's sloppy at this point. And Gleam says wholeheartedly, thank you. again, I am not the strongest or the most brave. I never have been, and as much as I try, I don't think I ever will be. So I have to rely on people like you. But that doesn't make the help that you offered me any... It doesn't make my thanks to the help that you've offered any less heartfelt.
Hey, don't mention it. If it were my sister, I would want somebody to do the same. So, just paying it forward, I guess.
She nods.
Anyway, like when we leave in the morning, I don't know if I'm gonna be back here. In fact, I really have no idea what's gonna happen. So, it's probably be the last time I see you.
And she smiles and leans in to give you a kiss and says, "Then let's make the night count."
Yeah, okay. Yeah, sure. Yep.
And she says that she wants to make sure that her sister's relocated to the brig, but after that, she's all yours.
Cool.
Okay. Yep.
Actually, before that, you take care of your sister. There's something I need to take care of.
Yeah. No,
I'll be back.
Okay. If I don't see you again, whether after you leave and come, I mean, I'll be in that cave over that. I'll see you at the carnival. I'll meet you at the carnival.
All right. Yeah, I think I could do that. Yeah.
And you see that there is just like a very like, yay, I did the thing smile on her face.
God bless her. Clout starts to walk away and then comes back and he's like, "Do you like wine?"
Not as much as some. And she like motions back towards her sister, but she says, "But I also have a little bit more control over it than some."
Cool. Just checking. He'll zoom off.
Yep. Okay. Fuck. Okay. Okay, so Lowry, you are attuning to the staff. That'll take roughly about an hour. Is there anything else that you wanted to do over the evening? At least for now.
I don't think so.
Okay. Sounds good. Have fun attuning to that eldritch staff. If it's something that you are able to attune to. I don't know if it has any class restrictions or anything.
No,
like
it doesn't.
Okay. Just requires attunement, so that is totally fine. Vice and Balhadur. Smoke break.
Just the strike of a match into the pipe, long inhale.
Val has their hands tucked into their breastplate, keeping them warm, leaning up against the wall.
Vice offers them his pipe.
No, I don't smoke. I need to keep up my cardio.
That's fair.
So as a recap, the best option that you had at the time was to make a deal with a member of the League of Calamitous Intent, who then
Charm was not
used
part of
their...
the League of Calamitous Intent, at least not that I knew of.
Am I getting names mixed around again? Was Charme a member of the League?
Yes.
Oh, regardless, someone just ate my realm's son. Now, this is a part of the adventuring story that most adventurers don't think about, and that is the way that things are affected by their heroism and their achievements. Although you get a great story to tell, and your deeds are accomplished, and you get great treasures, it's important to be mindful of what comes next, what comes after the book is closed and the world continues on. I ask that, and I will never tell you what to do or try to stop you from doing what you think is right. But I ask that in the future, you take that half second before you make your snap decision and think, when I leave, when I'm done with my adventure, are they going to be okay? Because that might change what types of decisions you make.
No, I don't think it would have. I'm not in this for the glory or some heroic means. I was given a job and I'm going to go do it.
So you're saying you do not care about the way that the worlds are affected by your actions?
No.
You do know that that type of thinking also puts your loved ones at risk. They live in these worlds that you affect.
They'll have the time to fix things. If I am to fail here, I think it's going to be a lot worse off. Balhadur? Ultimatums, do you know that?
Aye?
In my case, it's do or die, quite literally.
I hope you find the time at some point to meditate and think about the fact that this do or die behavior, this get the mission done, you do not think about the consequences, but also being concerned about harming your loved ones, cannot exist in the same capacity, in the same career. It's important to get the job done. But if the results of your actions do not concern you, they will become your loved ones, your children, your friends, your neighbors' burden to take on after you. And most people do not consider that a good act.
No, I'd rather not leave my children or anyone with any debts that I incur. You're right. Still.
You still killed a hag, and you still stopped the kingdom from collapsing. You didn't do a wrong thing. I'm just concerned that it is a type of decision-making that will be commonplace in your future. And I don't want that for you. You seem to have people you care about. So, missions aside, I'm a knight of the Sealy Court. It's all about completing the mission. I understand that. But if I cannot go back to my hatchlings afterwards, if I can't see Chud and make sure that he gets to the Mage College, and it's not worth it. Granted, I'll be dead, and so I won't actually have to deal with it myself, but that's also a selfish thought.
It would be nice to go see them after all this, huh?
That is always the hope.
Vice sits down, leans against like the mouth of the cave, and pulls out from his bag like a book. He puts a stack of parchment on top of it, gets an inkwell, dips a feather in, and begins to write in it, or the stack of parchment. I'll be out here a while longer, Belle. If you need me.
Make sure to get some rest at some point. Oh, that reminds me, I have a stack of parchment for you. Just in case you need to write some more things.
Cool. Thank you.
And thank you for doing the best you always can. I'll see you in the morning. But I'll see you once time passes.
Have a good night, Belle.
I'll take out my little key ring of shells, and as they kind of clack their chitinous bits together, or keratinous bits together, I'll head back into the cave.
Okay.
Clout's going to push past Bao.
Excuse me.
Sorry.
Come all you young sailors and listen to me, and I'll sing you a song of the fish in the sea. And I fade into the cave.
Okay.
Gonna go track down Vice.
Not very difficult.
Yep. There he is. Clout's gonna hustle over to him, and then like, as he gets like within like earshot, he's just gonna like, sort of force himself to meander. Like, this isn't as urgent as he is making it seem.
Oh, it looks like Vice is deep in concentration.
Hey, Vice.
Yep.
Clout's gonna like pull out a pipe and like, make like he came out here for a smoke. He definitely did that. So remember when I said that you're gonna tell me about the person I was?
Did I say that? I don't
No, I said that, asshole.
What do you want to know?
He's gonna like take a puff from the pipe, just sort of like stare forward real quick. I don't want any bullshit, all right? You're gonna be completely honest with me. If not, I'm gonna kick your fucking ass.
You'd have to catch it first. But the first thing you're going to catch are these hands if you even try anything.
Do I have a girlfriend? Or like, a wife? Or...
Well, not to my knowledge before we separated. You were a go-getter. But not of significant others.
Right. Okay. Just checking.
You wish to know if this would be considered cheating in any form?
I mean, obviously it wouldn't if I didn't know. But if I do, I want to know. You know?
I don't think after our time of separation that you had a girlfriend at the time or significant other.
Right. Okay. That's all I want to know right now.
Vice, like, waves the paper that he's been writing on to dry the ink, folds it neatly, and pulls out a candle, lights it, and pours some wax over it, and presses his ring into it. Flips it around, and he's gonna write to mean Growlhund, and put it off to the side. He starts another letter.
Writing a letter there, buddy?
A few things to explain what's been going on, at the very least.
All right.
Is that all?
Yeah. I'm just reminding you, you're going to tell me everything after all this is done.
Sit with me a while. We might not have time for this discussion after all things are done.
Looks back at the door, looks at Vice, sticks the pipe in his mouth.
Vice clearly knowing what he's doing. Choose! Choose!
You can only take one.
Chaotic.
You're such a jerk. He's gonna like take a long suck of his pipe. He's gonna sit down for a second, and then he's just gonna like put a hand on Vice's back, like in a very camaraderie kind of way, and then he's just gonna like scruff him.
Ugh.
We will have this conversation later.
Have fun.
He's gonna drop him and go back into the cave.
Okay. And Clout, as you go back into the cave, and Vice, you are finally left alone to work on the letters that you have been writing. That is where we are going to call it for tonight's session. So I'd like to say thank you to everyone who decided to stop on by and join us for this wonderful session of Dungeons and Dragons. Thank you, Kyril, KYRIL 96. Thank you for subbing on Twitch. Thank you so much. Because we couldn't do shows like this without contributions from viewers like you. Thank you. But you want to know what else? I couldn't do shows like this without all of these fantastic players. Speaking of which, hey RJ, where can we find you? What do you do?
Hello, everybody. My name is RJ, and you can catch me at rjustice282 on Twitter and Twitch, where I tweet about the nerdy things in my life and sometimes stream with my friends. You can catch me here on Mondays and Sundays. Mondays for our one-shot pirate adventure for Talk Like a Pirate Day, run by the DanaeKeener.com. I'm playing a Warforged named Sawbones, and I'm gonna try doing a Randy Savage impression the entire night.
Oh, yeah.
Thursdays over at GGK, where we do Elegant Creatures, which is a Monsters of the Week Good Society hack that we have been doing. Shit's been wild over there, y'all. Other than that, Saturday evenings as well over at GGK, where we play Ward 47, which is a game run in Parslings, which is a deck builder. It's amazing. I'm having a fucking blast. DanaeKeener.com.
Oh gosh, that means it's my turn. Hey everybody, I'm Sarah Roberts. Tonight I played Lowry Moon, and yeah, y'all know where to find me at this point. I just want to take a moment to say thank you to everyone here for being so supportive of me always from the moment that I started TTRPGs with this channel in 2019 to now. This community means so much to me, and I want everyone listening and everyone playing with me at this table to know that I love you all very much.
You want to know what I want everybody to hear?
Oh,
That
should-
you can
should
still
start
go and
promoting-
vote for Sarah Roberts over at the Game Her Awards. She's up for Twitch Streamer Charity of the Year.
Ain't no stopping this train.
Cosplayer. So if you want, we have the link. RJ, post the link in the Twitch chat to the side. Go vote for Sarah. It's a great time.
Get out. I love you all. DanaeKeener.com.
Golly, that means it's my turn. Howdy, everyone. I'm Mediaflare. I'm a voice actor and streamer. You can find me on Twitch or Twitter at Mediaflare, and you can find me here twice a week doing D&D and Call of Cthulhu shenanigans with this fine group. All right, see y'all later. DanaeKeener.com.
Wow. Speaking of DanaeKeener.com, hi, I'm Danae Keener. You can find me at DanaeKeener.com. I do nerdy drawings, mostly related to D&D and a lot of things on this channel. You can also find me at Danae Keener on Twitter. I've got a pinned tweet there. It's got my schedule and all the games that I'm in, so you can go and check it out. See all the things that I'm up to. Come and check us out on Monday right here on this channel. Tomorrow for Talk Like a Pirate Day. I'm not missing it this year. Oh my god, there's going to be so many pirate voices. It's going to be so much fun. I've learned so many Spelljammer mechanics in the past week. I've been binging so much ship content. Ships in space. DanaeKeener.com.
And if you've made it this far, you probably already know who I am. But if you don't, hey, Acorns, what's up? It's me, your buddy, your pal, your friend, the Indoor Adventurer, the showrunner here at twitch.tv/Indoor Adventures. We do shows like this on Monday, Thursday, and Sunday at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, as well as on Sundays. I already said Sundays. We do it all 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And this is your first time joining us, you can go to youtube.com/Indoor Adventures to check up on all of the VODs of each of the games that we have played up until this point, or you can go towards anywhere audiocasts are being made available for free. You can find us there under the same moniker. And speaking of things that are being made available for free, if you go to patreon.com/Indoor Adventures, you can check up on our after show called Nights in the Courtyard, where we answer questions not only from each other, but also from the community. So if you have any questions for myself or any of these other fine folk, feel free to join us again at patreon.com/Indoor Adventures, and we'll see all of you guys next time. All right, everybody. Bye-bye!